Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ben and this is the Smoking Hot Confessions podcast. Hey family, I hope you're well wherever you are and you got that thin blue smoke rolling. This is episode 7 of season 4 of the Smoking Hot Confessions podcast. In this season, I've been flying, driving, eating, walking and talking my way around Australia. I've been going to the biggest and best barbecue festivals all over this wide brown land and having some fascinating conversations with some of the biggest names in the game and some up-and-comers too. In this episode, my buddy Anthony from Black Bark Barbecue and I jump in the Smoking Hot Confessions mobile and make the pilgrimage to BBQ Mecca, the annual BBQ Wars in Port Macquarie, the biggest competition on the Australian calendar with over 100 barbecue teams fighting it out for barbecue glory. Before we get started, there's just a week left to get my ebook, 27 Lessons Learned from Competition Barbecue, available for free on the website. I've recently put together a second edition of that book, working with a professional graphic designer, and I'll be releasing that soon, which means that the free first edition is only going to be available for another week. After that, the second edition will be available for purchase, and there's even going to be a second book available. But I'm keeping the details on that under wraps for now. I'd also like to invite you to join us at the Smoking Hot Confessions community on Facebook. If you're looking for a barbecue group full of open-minded people who just love helping each other out, the Smoking Hot Confessions community is a great place to continue the conversation. Finally, however you listen to this episode, please subscribe, rate and review the show. It really helps me spread that barbecue love. So without further ado, grab yourself a pulled pork sammich and a frosty and join me as I hit the pavement at BBQ Wars 2018.
This is the internationally awarded Smoking Hot Confessions podcast with your host, Ben Arnott. How long's it been since your last confession?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's Ben from Smoking Hot Confessions here. I'm at Port Macquarie BBQ Wars. It is the Australian barbecue Mecca. Why BBQ Mecca? It's the biggest barbecue competition in the world outside of the United States. That is a big deal. 104 teams. We're on the water. To my right, about 50 metres is the breakwater and 50 metres behind me is the ocean. This is beachfront barbecue glory. And with me right now, I've got Adam from Zeds Q. He is currently number 17 in the country, so top 20 team in the country. They've just started getting into some catering stuff. We're going to talk about that in a minute. It's happy days. Mate, how is Port Mac treating you so far?
Yeah, it's pretty good. So Port Macquarie last year was Zeds Q's first competition out as Zeds Q. So it's good to be back. The sun's nice, sun's out. Weather's really, really good. Better than last year, as I remember. I think it was raining this time last year. There was a bit of rain. So,
it was very, very cold.
Yeah. No, it was cold. And I remember just lighting up the pit and there was just rain bucketing down, so it's good to be out in good weather. Not too hot either, there's a nice breeze as well.
So if I've understood that correctly, this time last year was your first ever barbecue competition, and now, 1 year later, you're number 17 in the country.
Yeah, we had one comp before that under a different team name, and then we started Zeds Q. So Port Macquarie was my second run out, and us as a team. This will be our 7th competition.
Wow.
Yeah, so we've had an okay run so far.
So you go from beginning team to top 20 team in 7 competitions. How do you do that? What do you attribute that success to?
Trying to pick up and learn from some of the guys at the top of the table. So jumping in with some other teams has helped. Just picking up tips, sending people messages, bugging them all the time for some hints and tips, looking at Instagram photos on the best ways to present.
He's trying to say shigging.
Shigging, basically. So, it's just trying to get better. Every comp, looking back and thinking, all right, how do I get better than the one before? Yeah, that's what we try and do, just be better each comp.
Love it, mate. I love it. So this weekend we've got so many different comps happening. There's SCA, there's ABA. Those are the official ones.
Yep.
There's the Devon comp. I've heard there's a bacon comp.
Oh, really?
There's a 5th one that I've forgotten about.
Yep.
What are you guys up to this weekend?
Only ABA. We did SCA and ABA at Meat Stock, and it was just yeah, we just thought we'll stick to the ABA and just enjoy the vibe here, chill out for the first day. Don't rush around doing 5 hand-ins, or was it 4? 4 hand-ins. So we just thought, just come out here, relax a bit, enjoy the vibe.
So game starts for you, what, tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow, about 2 or 3 in the morning. We'll start.
Early tomorrow.
So get the brisket going. Brisket on first. So yeah.
Nice, love it. I love it. Now, I understand you've started some catering work. Tell us a bit about that.
So the catering's through my teammate Stefan, who runs Brisket and Brawn. So I do a bit of, I help him out with his catering. I don't really cater under Wizards of Q much, so I'll do a few jobs here and there if people ask. But mainly the catering's done through Brisket and Brawn, through Stefan. Yeah.
Beautiful. Now, where are you based if anyone would like to contact you about catering?
So we're based on Facebook. So we've got Brisket and Brawn that's on Facebook, and we've got Wizards of Q that are on Facebook as well. And we're on Instagram. Brisket and Brawn's on Instagram as well. Believe Brisket and Brawn's got a website as well. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
And what geographical area do you service?
So we're in Sydney. So Stefan literally lives 2 or 3 streets away from me. So we're in Winston Hills and Balcombe Hills in Sydney.
So for this ABA comp then, what are you bringing to the game? Tell me about your brisket. Tell me about your different meats. What do you got?
So we've got a nice Ranges Valley WX9 that we got from Stone's Family Meats.
Ooh, nice.
So we'll see how that goes. We've ran their brisket a few times and we like it, so we'll keep going with that. It's done well for us in the past, so just keep going with that.
Love it. And what other tricks do you have up your sleeve?
No tricks really. Just cook the best we can.
Really? You're not going to give me anything?
No, I haven't really got any tips and tricks to give you, apart from texture. I think that texture's king. So if you can get the texture right, the flavour will sort of take care of itself, and then the appearance element of the cooking just gets better every time you box up, and you just look back on your photos and you look at other people's photos and you learn that way. So the appearance sort of is gradual, texture is what you work on, and sort of like flavour will take care of itself. That's what I think. Very wise words, mate.
So before we wrap this up, what shout-outs would you like to give out there?
First of all, smokeandsorcery.com.au. So they provide all of our rubs, sauces, brines, injections, things like that. And Andrew at Smoke and Sorcery is really great. If we need anything, or any competitors need anything, whether it be in Australia or from the States, he'll get it in, which is really good. And this weekend is running a competition for the competitors. They put their name in the box. He's going to draw a $100 Smoke and Sorcery gift voucher.
Very nice.
Which is pretty good. Stone Family Meats, so they look after us for all of our meats. We've also got Akasha Brewing Company, so that's your...
That was very nice. You've been giving one of them before. That was very nice.
They are really good. So you've got your lagers, your IPA, your pale ale, and an amber ale as well. And they do some seasonal,
very nice
seasonal beers as well, which is really good. And heat beads, barbecue briquettes.
Got to have fuel.
So yeah, I mean, they're the main ones. But there's lots of other supporters that have helped out along the way. But they're the main ones to mention.
Don't forget to thank the wives.
Yeah. Wives and kids. So, it's good.
Thank you very much for your time, and I will see you again soon, and I will be crossing my fingers for you on Saturday afternoon at the Hand-Ins.
No worries. Thanks a lot.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's 4 o'clock now on Friday afternoon. The SCA comp has now started. The first hand-in's gone in. I'm going to have to go catch up with somebody about that very shortly, because there is some fantastic smells happening through the air here right now. But I found my good friend Paul from Bulldogs BBQ / 4670 BBQ here. Mate, you've been here at Port Macquarie for how many times now?
This is our 3rd year, Ben.
Third year in a row, mate. And what keeps bringing you back year after year?
It's the location. It's catching up with all our friends in one place. Because a lot of other comps you go to, not all the New South Wales teams can come up to, say, Bundaberg. Just a perfect spot to hold a barbecue comp.
I've heard this place nicknamed as BBQ Mecca. So people travel long distances to get here. You're one of them. I know there's SA teams, there's Vic teams. Mate, this is just the place to be. So what are you bringing to this competition this weekend?
Well, the General is here, of course.
Of course.
Because you've got to bring the General. We've also got a Traeger now in our kit. We've got a brand new team. So we're all Bundy-based team now. All the team members come from Bundaberg, who we met through one of my masterclasses with Barbecues Galore. And we have bought probably the most amount of meat I've ever bought to a competition before.
Okay, well, let's start with that then. Run me through that. What have you brought for the meat?
So we've brought 3 racks of pork ribs, 2 pork collars, 3 racks of lamb, countless amounts of chicken, and 2 of probably the best briskets you'll ever see.
I am going to have to see those briskets.
We actually got them from Manning Valley. Grant helped us out with the brisket, so yes, extremely good.
Trophy-winning briskets right there.
Oh, we can only hope.
Yeah. Okay, now you mentioned a Traeger. Now, you guys have always been, like me, you've always been Radar Hill family. So what prompted the addition of the Traeger to the family?
Well, mainly because with the Traeger they are set to a certain temperature, and for things like ribs, chicken, lamb, where they're very temperature controlled, cooked with spikes, with especially pork ribs, a spike in your heat and the pork ribs will just ruin them. A perfect cook just by having them set, ready to roll. No stress about it. All you have to do is worry about it spritzing. You don't have to put pellets on. The only thing I do miss is the crackling of the fire. That's why we bought the General.
Of course, of course. So how have you divvied up the different proteins between the Traeger and the General?
So with the Traeger, as I said, the pork ribs, lamb and chicken will go on the Traeger. Some chicken will go on the Weber because we have different cuts of chicken. They said the temperature controlled, they have to really be spot on for the entire cook. That's why we decided to go with a pellet smoker.
So the Radar Hill then is still the king of the brisket?
Oh, hell yeah. Brisket and the pork collars will go on the Radar Hill. You can't.
I love it.
Yeah, the briskets always go on the Radar Hill.
Beautiful, mate, beautiful. Now, you've had some exciting things happen to you this year. I understand you now have a shop. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, so Bronwyn and I purchased Bundaberg Lunchbox 10 weeks ago.
Very nice.
It's a little takeaway shop. We call it the takeaway for gentlemen. We get a lot of tradies and stuff like that come in there. We also run 4670 barbecue out of there on Friday nights. We bring brisket into the shop Mondays and Tuesdays, and we've just brought in brisket pies, our own shop-made brisket pies. Must be reasonably popular because we sold 76 of them in 3 days.
I have no doubt, mate. You gave me some of your brisket pies a couple of years ago when we were neighbours at Burleigh. Changed my life.
Oh, well, you wait till you try the new improved brisket pie.
Looking forward to it, looking forward to it. So, mate, tell me give me one trick that you're bringing to this competition.
A lot more knowledge would probably be the best thing I can say. We've been helped out from Daniel from Country Boys BBQ. He's
great guy.
Yes, he is an extremely good guy, great mate, and I can't thank him enough for the tips and stuff he's given me for this comp. That if I actually told anybody what they were, he'd kill me. But yeah, it's just changed the way we're cooking.
Love it, mate, love it. Now, before we go, what shout-outs would you like to give?
Well, firstly, I'd like to give a shout-out to the Bundaberg Barbecue Battle, 10th and 11th of May next year. I'd also like to give a shout-out to Barbecues Galore, Bundaberg, for being our major sponsor, helping us out with the Traeger, Barrett's Butchery, Heat Beads, of course, because we can't run the smoker without heat beads, and probably the face that runs the place, my partner, Bronwyn.
Now, I understand that is now on a T-shirt.
That is on a T-shirt. Yes, it's well known that Bronwyn's the face that runs the place and I'm the jerk that does all the work.
Mate, I love it. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Ben. It was awesome.
G'day, folks. It's 8:45 in the morning now. People are getting ready for their hand-ins. We've got chicken coming up at 10 o'clock, and so the game is afoot, most well and truly. Now, I've got Linda from Highland Q here today. I've spoken to her a couple of times this season already, but we've got some new things to talk about, which you may be able to guess from the table here behind me. Linda, what's news?
Well, as far as, also doing the Highland Q and competing, we also ran an online rub store called Rub HQ. So it's been on the go since about November last year, but it's really starting to take off now as the name's getting out there, because obviously there's a lot of competition in the rub scene. But we've always tried to focus on, rather than importing the American rubs, which a lot of companies do, we stock a Scottish rub.
Now that's interesting. Tell us about that.
It's a company called Angus and Oink, and they're actually from Aberdeen, which is where I'm originally from. And I just sort of stumbled across them on the internet about a year ago, well, 2 years ago it would be now. And I asked them to send over a few rubs for me to try, and they did, and I ended up becoming their exclusive distributor for Australia. So.
Oh, fantastic. So what makes a Scottish flavour profile different from an American flavour profile?
Look, there's probably not that much different, maybe not as sweet as some of the American ones. Angus and Oink basically have about 4 real, obviously, barbecue rubs for low and slow, but they've also got a huge range of other seasonings, so for grilling, and so it covers all aspects of cooking. I mean, we put a lot of the rubs on our roast potatoes and vegetables and things like that, and it's so versatile, and their range is growing all the time. They're actually quite ingenious with some of their names and some of the concoctions they come out with. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it sounds good. So of the 4, which is your favourite that you like to use?
Oh, look, probably Porky White Chick. We've been using that in competition for a while, and it's amazing, really good. Sweet with just that little bit of heat in it. It's just, it's nice.
Very nice. Now, just give me a bit of an idea of some of the other products that you got up here behind us.
Well, we also wanted, because we're a Scottish and Aussie team, we wanted to stock some of the best Australian products that are on the market at the moment. So we always stock, tree bark from Dan Greenwood. We stock some of All the Badass's new range and injections and blazed honey. And so we've been very selective on who we wanted to take on board. We didn't want a huge store. We wanted it to be quite boutique. But at the same time, if you log on, you can get everything you need for your barbecue.
That's fantastic. I love it. So how's the competition been for you this weekend here at BBQ Mecca, Port Macquarie?
Not too bad so far. Fingers crossed, everything's going according to plan. So weather's beautiful today. So the judge's tent's a bit of a hike. So I think Mick will need to lie down when he comes back from the turn-ins. But other than that, all good.
Just put him on a Segway.
Well, that's it. Yeah. He'll probably just sort of have a little collapse for 40 minutes and then do it all over again.
Love it. Now, before I let you go, what's coming up in the future for you?
Well, obviously we're trying to grow the business as much as we possibly can, so we're going to continue with that and try and get the word out there and keep competing as always, because that's what we love to do. So, yeah.
Love the sound of that. Look, thanks for your time. I realise that it's that we're getting close to hand in time, so I will pack up my stuff and get out of your way.
No worries. Thanks, Ben.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Hey folks, Ben from Smoking Hot Confessions here. This is a fantastic bloke to have a chat to. I've got Matt Staunton from Smokin' Coals BBQ. They're one of the most consistent performing teams on the circuit, and we're going to talk about a whole bunch of different interesting things, one of which you might be able to see right behind me, but we're going to get to that in a minute. Matt, how's the comp been treating you?
Yeah, good. Really good weather. The wind was a bit much yesterday, but we managed to get through it.
Yeah, the weather's just really been sensational. There's literally not a cloud in the sky here today. It's just fantastic.
Yeah, we got the same weather as we did last year, which was awesome. Port Macquarie is probably the best comp of the year, most of the one that we look forward to.
It's nicknamed BBQ Mecca, and it's not hard to see why.
Yeah, definitely.
So I've got a couple of things that I want to quiz you on today. A couple of interesting things I've spotted around your site. The first is B&B Charcoal. Now that's not a brand that many of us in Australia will be familiar with. Can you fill us in on who they are, where they've come from and how you got involved with them?
Yeah, no worries. B&B comes straight out of Texas. As soon as it came into the country, we had a bit of a play with it. And pretty much the Texas post oak is all we've cooked with ever since. It gives us great results. And it's really consistent, the sizing and everything, and it's got a great flavour. Fantastic.
Now, how did you get involved with them?
Interesting. I was talking to them online just about the product, and after it landed out here, and just dealing directly with the guys back in the States, and then we sort of formalised a bit of a sponsorship, and we've just gone from there.
Mate, that's great. That's some forward-thinking entrepreneurial skill right there. So I guess the big question then is, how does it burn? Like how do you like it?
Like the brand says, it's better burning. Like I said, the size, the consistency, we just get a really long burn out of it. The competition logs they're like a pressed oak and hickory, and the burn that comes out of one bag of them is just sensational. It just burns for hours.
It's interesting that the oak from particular regions can be so different, even though it's kind of the same species. It's fascinating the effect that can have on the burn.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the burn itself. With between the different oaks, but definitely the flavour is one that we like. When we use the beast here, we use the oak briquettes. When we're cooking with the other smokers, it's all on the oak lump, and then the competition logs if we're running an offset or something like that.
Now that does actually bring me to my next question that I had for you, which was this very interesting looking little unit here. What is that? I have never seen one of them like that before. No, they've only just arrived down under. It's the M16 from M Grills. It's our steak unit for SCA. Great little unit. You put one chimney in it, give it 15 minutes, and the grill temp's at 650 degrees, ready to rock. Wow. Yeah, they're fairly impressive. It's built like a tank. Again, they're built in Texas. It's all built out of 4mm plate. So as you see it, it's weighing in just on 60 kilos. Wow. So, yeah. That's pretty impressive. And so this is your SCA unit. For people who may not be familiar with SCA, what is that and how does that work? Steak Cook-Off Association. So obviously their main category is steak, ribeye steak. Yesterday we had tacos, burgers, chicken wings, and then the steak hand-ins. And mate, how did you go with all that? 3 out of 4. I think we're fairly on the money. A little unsure about the chicken wings. Okay, interesting. So we sort of did something different that we haven't done before, and hopefully it pays off. Mate, I hope so too. Look, thanks for your time. We are coming up at 9:15 now, so Chicken Hand-In is coming up for the ABA comp today. Thanks for being such a big part of this competition. You've done the SCA and you're doing the ABA. Look, thanks for filling me in on B&B Charcoal, this interesting new unit here, and I'll let you get back to your team and get on with it. No worries. Thanks.
This is Sterling Smith from Loot and Booty Barbecue, and you're listening to Smoking Hot Confessions.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm standing in front of the sexiest smoker I think I've ever seen, and I've got Andrew from Black Iron Smokers here. We're going to get to the smoker in just a minute, but Andrew happens to have been here for quite a while at this competition. He's one of the originals. He's one of the OG Port Maccas. So, mate, how are you today? And we'll get into what the rest of the conversation in a minute.
Yeah, look, I'm very well. Yeah, you're right. We turned up here at the first port just as ambient onlookers. And I said to my wife on the way out, I said, look, I think we might have a go at this next year. And as they say, the rest's history.
Definitely. So, mate, can you give us an idea of just what that was like, the very first ever Port Mac?
First Port Mac, there was somewhere between 15 and 20 teams, and it was fairly sparse. It was sort of just from where you see on the road back up here to the cabins. And then it's slowly grown and grown and grown until probably the year before last it just exploded.
Right, yeah. That's pretty awesome. I think we're up to 104 teams now, I think.
Yeah, he's capped it at 100 this year, and then we've got SCA as well, and it just keeps growing and growing and growing. Low and slow is pretty healthy in Australia. It
is, mate. It is definitely on the up and up. So you're doing something a little bit different this competition. You're actually catering and competing. Are you insane?
Yeah, if you look closely on my forehead, it must say that, because we've got a fair bit of work in front of us, that's for sure.
Your eyebrows doing the nervous twitch thing up
and down?
A little,
yeah, that could be the red cordial too, but that's a whole other story.
So how has that experience been, though, in all seriousness, competing and catering?
It's difficult because you've got your two separate meats, so you're trying to keep everything happy to get all your chicken and your pork ribs and all your other stuff in on time. And then you've also got to get to your customer, and your customer says, well, I'd like my brisket burger, or I'd like my pork rib, or whatever it may be. So yeah, you're juggling a lot of things.
Rightio. So do you have, is it all going in the one smoker, or have you got different rigs set up for the comp meats versus the catering meats?
I've got everything in there.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, it all fits. It's pretty much just half full. So we're just ticking over.
Well, let's get into that then, mate. First of all, does it have a name?
It's called the Gangster.
The Gangster. Love it. Perfect. So how did it all come about?
We purchased a Silver Creek trailer about 3 years ago that was on eBay. Bit of a wreck, and I got to know Paul by trying to restore it and working out how he'd built it and how it all worked. Then we bought 2 small patio pits that he had. They're again on eBay. I think I have to stop looking at eBay. And we slowly got more into catering. So what we had is that the pits we had were a little small. So you were forever changing things around, and you move this from here to there, and you're managing 3 fireboxes. So we came up with a brainstorm of building this. And I think Paul's still shaking.
Yeah, definitely. So, mate, run me through it. It's huge. Tell me the dimensions, the weights. Give it all to me.
We've got 40-inch main chamber, 3 metres long, which is 10 feet in the old scale. Weighs 2.75 tonne as it sits. 4 main racks that you'll see in there.
Very nice.
I haven't actually sat down and calculated the square footage of cook space, but from all intents and purposes, we're about 40 to 45 briskets if we're full.
Mate, that's awesome. And how does it tow at that kind of weight?
Tows really well balanced. Bogey's been moved back 750 mil, so it sits behind the centre, and the centre of gravity is basically right where your hip is. So it's been really well balanced, and I had to be really careful when I finished it, that when I did all the roof and did everything else, that balance points has maintained.
Love it, mate. I love it. So, Andrew, given that you're catering and you're competing at this competition, how many serves of food do you reckon you're going to put out across this weekend?
We did about 125 last night, and we'll do about the same today, maybe 150. So that's a fairly standard sort of thing, considering we're doing both. So we're catering and competing. That's
a lot of meat, mate. That's a lot of work. Good on you.
Yeah, we've got a bit, as they say, the job's in front of you. That's for sure.
Yeah. Definitely. I think the crowds are going to definitely swell as this beautiful day continues. So, mate, before I let you go, what's coming up in the future for Black Iron Smokers?
We've got Kangaroo Valley as our next outing for the Gangster.
Me too.
So we're down there. Last year we did something like 450 serves. We'll probably go close to that, plus a few again this year. Oh,
wow.
And then we usually help Jay out with Meat Stock Melbourne and Meat Stock Sydney, which is why we bought such a large pit.
Mate, I'll be looking forward to seeing you there, and I appreciate your time. You've now got about 17 minutes before chicken hand in, so I will definitely get out of your way.
Appreciate it. Thanks for that, and we'll talk again.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Hey folks, Ben from Smoking Hot Confessions here. This is super exciting. It's just after 11 o'clock. They've just done the pork rib hand in, and I'm here with the team from Smoke Face Gorillas. We've got, Justin, Jai, and
James.
Justin, Jai, and James from Smoke Face Gorillas. They've deliberately tricked me. They've all got the same hairstyle. They've all got a bit of facial hair, similar builds. It's just not fair. The odds are not in my favour. So we've got a ton of stuff to talk about, fellas. Let's start with the obvious. You've got your brand new trailer.
Yeah.
Mate, this is a game changer. This is going to change the way the whole scene is running their pits and that. How did it come about?
Well, Justin and I several years ago have been like, geez, we'd love to get a trailer like this, like with everything done in-built. We'd obviously, when we first started competing, we started with a cabinet. It was too hard to travel. Then we built a pit, and I had my heart set on a Myron for a long time. And I finally just went, nah, stuff it, I'm going to get out of my system. I couldn't get any advice on what they were like here in Australia. So we sold the offset to the Blue Smoke boys, who seem to be kicking goals on that. And won a few RGCs, and they've continued that streak. So we picked up this girl, and all of a sudden we had trouble carting it around again. So we literally were looking at trailers, different trailers, affordability, stuff like that. So We got heat beads on board at the same time, and we sold them a bit of a vision, and they saw our vision for a trailer, and I don't think they realised what we were thinking. Like every mid-aged male, you're going to go big, you got to do it properly. Then Luke, who's holding the camera, he came on board. He got us a few other sponsorship deals, and we started building this with Manhorn out of Melbourne.
Very nice, mate. Very nice.
He got there. He's about 90% complete. We had to rush it off on him. He was very stressed. We pushed him pretty hard. It's missing a few things that will be finished next week, but we're wrapped, and it's made life a whole lot easier. So.
Quality build.
Absolutely, yeah. Now, I understand that you not only have a kitchen in there, but you also have sleeping quarters. How good is that?
We definitely got a kitchen. You can take a look at some photos. We've got a kitchen, got a TV, air conditioning, heating. There is a sleeping quarters which isn't quite ready yet. We're kind of going a bit hobo and sleeping on the floor this trip. So the beds didn't get finished, and the aerial for the TV didn't get finished on this trip. But yeah, it's been a lot more comfortable. Obviously, driving up from Melbourne, it's about 15 hours non-stop. It took us pretty much a day and a half to get up here, but we just pulled over at a truck stop, rolled the beds out, slept, and then kept going, so it was great.
That's so cool. Yeah. That's very cool. I think we're going to start seeing a lot of these hitting the circuit now that you guys are pioneering the way.
Yeah, it's interesting. I know there's been a few people out there trying to grab some. I know Lucas has been pretty keen. There's a couple others. It just takes us back, I guess, to when everyone started off on 20-inch radars and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, the first offset trailers started rolling out, and everyone's like, oh, I've got to have one of those. And it seems like the flavour of the month is to go gateways or something different now, away from those offsets. So there's still some pretty cool offsets around, like Black Irons sitting behind us, and they're still impressive as ever. But yeah, I think this for luxury and comp life, it's definitely a game changer.
Absolutely. Now the next thing is sitting right behind us here, the Myron Mixon H2O smoker. I think it's one of 3 in the country at the moment?
Yeah, from what we understand. We got in first, imported directly from the States ourselves, and I think BBQs Australia, they got on board and they got the deal bringing them in. We caught up with the guys from Smoking Arabs. They've just picked one up. They love it, and yeah, it was. We could find no advice. I reckon I was on the phone to Justin about every day, like, what are we going to do with bark? How do we get bark in it? It's going to be all wet, and I was full stressing. But I just had to bite the bullet and get it out of my system and bring one in. So, and we've been pretty happy. So
what makes it different from say another cabinet style smoker?
If you have a look at it, it's obviously the fire's underneath. It's got a big water bath with an automatic water feed. So the water we'll open it up and get a look, but the water bubbles away and it kind of steams as it cooks. You're getting really nice even temperatures, but it's insulated. It doesn't really move very much. You're probably putting one log. You actually got to feed logs into it. So like today, our fire's almost gone out because it just sits at 300, and it'll just almost sit at 300 till you've got no fire. So you feed some logs in there. You got to keep the fire up, and you don't get as much wastage. Just when Justin pulled out the food before, like the brisket, he trimmed it to box size and it swells up and comes out bigger again. So it's very, very different, and it's a stick burner as well. So bit of a combination.
Sounds like the best of both worlds, mate. That's fascinating how that all works and how that all comes together. And it's a very good looking unit too. It looks very solidly well built.
Yeah, she's heavy. She's a solid 425 kilos, so it takes the best part of all of us to push her around.
Lucky you're all big blokes.
Not by choice. But yeah, she's very well built. Like everything about it, like the hinges, the door stops, the whole lot is just it's just a different quality build. There's been a lot of thought put into it, and you couldn't fold a single thing on the thing. So
I love it, mate. I love it. Now, before I do let you get back to hand-ins, we'll do a quick roundup. You're currently ranked number 11 in the country. You've got a GC and 2 RGCs in the ABA. You've had a couple of wins with KCBS as well. Most importantly, you've had the 180 perfect score brisket in the last KCBS competition, mate. What was that feeling like? I
don't know if you've seen the video. We obviously with the All-Stars team. Yeah, it's funny, so I should let Justin finish with what we've been most excited with this year, but the 180 was real special, like real good bunch of friends. We had Boomer, Butcher's Axe and us from Smoke Face Grillers, got together a bit of fun for the KCBS, partied pretty hard, slept in late, went hot and fast, and the only thing I can say about that brisket was the burn ends, like the whole time. Where like usually at a barbecue comp you don't want to eat barbecue, no one wants to touch it, it just sits there, and we smashed every single one of those. That's how we knew it was good. But the most exciting thing we probably had this year, which is something absolute left ball, is chicken's been the absolute death. It's nearly killed Justin. You have to ask him about it. He's had long and stressful nights about it. Tears, chicken being thrown against walls, had all types of problems. And this year we've got on a massive run of chicken. It's become our best category. So we've had a lot of call-ups in that, and that's probably been the best one because it's been a long time coming, especially for Justin. So it's been funny.
Mate, that's great. Now, Justin, mate, they said that you were particularly excited about something. What was that about?
About the 180. Got to be excited about that. What were you referring to?
When we finally got the bit, if you look back on some of the call-out videos when the chicken, you see this big Viking roar come out.
Yeah, look, been chasing obviously the first place chicken for a long time. Started with the pillows, tried the Myra mix and cupcake method, turned into bouncy balls basically the first time I tried doing it. Went back to pillows, started to finally get a couple of call-ups, but then once Dry brought the Myron in, we completely changed everything. Went back to cupcake method, something different, and the way this works with it just puffs it up, and it's, man, when we actually did a practice at home, Joe and I both bit into it, looked at each other and just like, no words were spoken. It was amazing.
That's fantastic, mate. Congratulations. Well, look, I will get out of your way because we are getting dangerously close to preparing the next hand-in box. Yep. Thank you very much for your time. Best of luck with it all.
Thank you very much,
and I look forward to seeing some more of this trailer getting around.
No problem. Thanks very much, mate.
Thank you very much, right?
Cheers.
Enjoy the weather.
Hey folks, Ben for Smoking Hot Confessions here. This is a very lovely afternoon. You can see the sun coming in on my face here. I'm getting a nice tan, and it's only spring if you can believe that. Now with me here, I'm talking to Mr. #1 score for brisket in the country at the moment. 356?
No,
355.
355, yeah.
355.
No, 354, sorry.
354. And it's Josh from Zeds Q here. And we're going to have a bit of a chat to him about how he got there and what he did to get that score. First of all, mate, how are you enjoying Port?
What more could you ask for? We're kind of down the quieter end here, but we've taken that as a blessing in disguise. We don't really know too many people down this end, but it's been fantastic. We've met a heap of new faces and everyone's been really helpful. We seem to have forgotten half of our camp and everyone's helped out. This sport is awesome. It's just awesome.
That is the thing about competitive barbecue. If you forget something, someone else has got you covered. And you just don't see that in something like professional tennis. You won't see, a competitor break their racket and then their opponent gives them their racket. So that just doesn't happen. Yeah. So, it's all good, mate. You've just done lamb hand in.
Yep.
How was that?
Not too happy with that one, but we'll take it as she comes, mate. We've had some surprises in our cook. She's been a roller coaster, but, we'll see what the judges think. We've got 4 boxes in so far, 1 more to go. Just keep our fingers crossed.
Mate, me too, mate. And I can't help but notice you've got a beautiful big radar trailer over there. How's that been treating you this weekend?
Very well, mate. She's, if anyone's been on the roller coaster ride, mate, it's been us. We brought the TV down and had the footy on last night, so we walked into our own demise, so to speak. But no, the radar is fantastic. It's Rob built, however you want to look at it, an absolutely fantastic pit, and it does what you tell it to. That's all I can say.
I had a feeling you were going to say exactly that. I just knew that was going to come out of your mouth.
Yeah.
All right, so next hand in is brisket.
Yes.
And that's what we're here to talk to you about today, brisket, #1 brisket. Tell us about that comp, tell us about how it all went down, and most of all, tell us all your secrets.
Yeah, no. Right,
and interview's over. All right.
No, so, we're very fortunate. This is a relatively new team here, and we picked up Prime Cut Meats as a sponsor, and Neil and Laurie, they're just absolutely fantastic. They jumped so on board with us. They've helped us out every step of the way, and because of that, they push the Onyx product, the Black Onyx brand. So I've cooked a few in my time, so I kind of know how they handle different conditions, and I think you can attribute a lot of it to that because it's not a more commonly used cut. But this team here, we're kicking off at a rate of knots. Like these boys, we've put in some hours at home. Like we've had 3 separate sauce days, I believe, and I can't even, the cooks are off my hands kind of thing. So we put the hours in, and mate, the secret weapon, I can't disclose too much, but she's very much part of Zeds Q, and everyone had a finger in it. So
all right, Okay, I'll accept your non-confirming of any secrets there. So tell me about that team then. You seem really happy with the team. Tell me who's on it and what strengths they bring to the table.
Righto. So we have a main crew of 5. So Zeds Q, I decided to create this team in light of just trying to do it myself, in terms of I wanted to compete with mates, have them come into this prohibitively expensive sport, very much unapproachable for most people. But this way, I have most of the gear. I can come in, I can cash flow with the help of these great sponsors. Everyone comes in, everyone's learning a lot, kicking some goals, and so yeah. In short, the main 4 that we have, aside from myself, we have old Shane over behind the camera there, he'll wave, and Cam down with me here today. The other 2 members, which unfortunately couldn't make it because they were crook or otherwise engaged with work, Aidan McCallum and Sholto McNeilage. So yeah, everyone, I can't speak enough of them, mate. They've shocked me, very much so.
Mate, that's what I love to hear. That's what it's all about. Good friends, good times, good meat, and cross fingers, good weather. So this weekend we've nailed it. I was competing at Burleigh. I believe you were at Burleigh as well. I nearly got blown into the ocean.
Oh, nearly drowned.
But mate, this weekend has just been absolutely perfect, and you can see why people call it the BBQ Mecca.
Yeah, definitely. No, as long as it runs, and I know they've got some changes happening here, but I hope she continues on, because this is fantastic.
Yep, me too, mate, me too. As long as it's here, I'll be here.
That's it.
So, thank you for your time. I'll let you get ready for your brisket hand-in, and best of luck at presentations coming up shortly.
Thank you very much, Benny. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is so cool. It is 10 past 4 in the afternoon. The brisket hand-ins are gone in. We're getting ready for the presentations, and I've just woken up Dan. He only got 3 hours sleep last night, and I went and said, mate, it's almost 5 o'clock. What's going on? And he was sleeping, so he's going to have a few words with us. Of course, Dan from Country Boys BBQ, currently number 8 on the leaderboard in the country. RGC at BBQ and Bluegrass Festival Bangalore. He's competed in the US and current top score holder for beef ribs with a near perfect 356 in the country. Mate, I can see that you're so very, very tired, so I appreciate your time. How have you enjoyed Port Macquarie?
It's always great to come down here, Ben. It really is. It's a great family spot. It's one of the competitions that you're able to bring your family along as well, so that's always a great thing.
It is, mate, and it's a great venue. They've got a skate park, they've got the pool, like all the wives and kids can all come. It's really, really good. But, mate, how have you felt about your hand-ins?
Look, with these sorts of events, you've always got to back yourself. So, look, we reckon we've done pretty good. We've done the best that we could do today. I mean, anybody can take this sort of gig out.
And did you do SCA?
Yeah, we did SCA.
What about Devon?
No, not Devon.
And there were 2 more side comps, wasn't there? There was the mono cook-off with Steve and Jay, yep. And there was something else. What was the 5th one? Oh, it's the pirate booty, the chest full of booze.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you go in for that?
No, not this time round.
Mate, I had a look at that before. It's a handmade wooden chest. It's dead set sexy. And the boys from Scotch and Smoke, they opened it up for me earlier today. Some cheeky bugger just took a can of beer and sticky taped a $50 note to it and put that in there. I thought that was pretty cheeky.
Hey, that's pretty cool. No, we sort of, by the time everything took place, it was just, we didn't get the time to grab a bottle, and I never really thought about the $50 trick.
I wouldn't have thought of that. So, I mean, that's 10 points for creativity.
That's exactly it. I mean, and a $50 note, that's awesome.
Yeah. Imagine winning that. You just open up the chest and pull out a 50. Very nice. So, mate, you are the current top score holder for beef in the country, 356. Sorry, beef ribs, 356. That's near perfect. Tell us how that came about.
So it was beef ribs at the Brisbane comp. We had some Manning Valley ribs. Grant Coleman helped us out with some ribs at the point in time. it was a combination. The two rubs that I used was 7 Sins beef rub and the Lane's BBQ ancho rub, and it just come together on the day. The plating scores were all sort of perfect 10s and things like that. So the taste was what we knew when we boxed it. It was something special. So and I think that teams, you know, who have got really high scores, when they actually go to box it, it's just something that's better than anything you've ever turned in. So you want to do it really justice.
Yeah, that's always it's always the fine line, is sort of balancing those two things and getting it just right. But you obviously nailed it, mate, because they were absolutely beautiful. I saw the photos.
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of been lucky in that sort of regard. I got Dave from Low Slow Meat Co on the team as well. He's a chef, so our plating has sort of been able to come up another level sort of thing, and he's always there, you know, with the eye, sort of trying to say, look, this looks better. So yeah, it's always good.
Mate, it's always good to have a fresh set of eyes. So as I said before, you're currently ranked number 8 on the national leaderboard. How many comps have you done this year? How many have you got to go? And are you going to do a late season run for number 1?
Late season run for number 1? No, not at all. I mean, if we finish in the top sort of 15, we'll be happy. We've done, I think it's 8 or 9 now, and still got 3 to go.
Which 3 are they going to be?
So I've got the Wingham comp, we've got the Toowoomba comp, and we've also got the Invitational at the end of the year.
Very cool. I haven't been to the Invitational yet. Did you go last year?
Yeah, so we got in last year as well. So we finished 9th last year. So, and I mean, just to be able to compete again against those sort of top teams again is, you know, it's just going to be great.
That's gold, mate. Best of luck for the rest of the season. Again, sorry to have woken you up. I didn't realise you were asleep. And, mate, I'll be cheering for you when you're on stage here this afternoon.
No worries, Ben. Appreciate it, mate.
Got a project you'd like to work on with the SHC team? Shoot Ben an email on ben@smokinghotconfessions.com and let's have a conversation.
So the awards that we are going to announce first is for the SCA, for the State Cook-Off Association. And can you guys put your big round of applause together for Mr. Brett Galloway, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ken Phillips, all the way from the USA, these boys. And Trent Lawrence over there is doing a great job, always helping out with the SCA. Also now, so the points that the winners and everyone gets this afternoon will decide the State Cook-Off Association Australia Points Championship for 2018 as well. So these are all going into a cumulative scores. There were 1, 2, 3, 4 categories. We had tacos, we had burgers, we had wings, and steak. This is for the State Cook-Off, and very particular set of rules and regulations. And while I've got Ken, do you want to have a quick run through? Is your mic working, buddy?
Yes. Can you hear me? Yeah. All right. We're good.
All good. Now, Ken, do you want to? Is there anything you want to say to the lovely people of Port Macquarie and the BBQ Wars here?
We had a great time. We do a lot of events every year, and this by far is the most beautiful backdrop we've ever been in. So thank you for having us here. We've enjoyed ourselves and met a lot of new friends. Thank you. So we look forward to coming back next year.
Well, we'll have you anytime, buddy, anytime. Just stay off my beach, Galloway. Stay off my beach. All right, let's get into it. So we're going to read out the winners now for the taco category. So, coming in 3rd place and taking home a beautiful, beautiful red. So this will be a red ticket for the taco category. Taking home a fantastic trophy and $100 cash. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for team number, and I'm just calling them as I got them, 9473. Team 9473, are you out there? Yeah, we have a winner. So come on up here and tell Ken the name of your team and where you're from. And while we're calling these guys up, come on up.
Come on over here.
Come on up over here.
Introduce yourself. Tell us your name, where you're from, and what kind of tacos you made.
So we're
Right close.
We're Smoking Dog and BBQ. We're from Lismore, and I'm Jess, and this is Glenn. And we made a cheesecake taco.
Cheesecake tacos.
Let's give Jess and Glenn a big hand. Congratulations, you guys. Let's get a shot with the
All right, now coming in second place, taking home a trophy and some prizes and $200 sweet cash in their pocket. Ticket number 9463. So we've gone from 9473 to 9463. You out there? Here we go. We have a winner. Ladies and gentlemen.
Here they come. They approach stage.
Plenty of these teams are competing in not only the SCA, but also in the Buffalo Trace Blues and Barbecue Awards here as well, ladies and gentlemen.
Congratulations. Come on over here. Introduce your team and tell us what you made.
We done a brisket bean taco. Country Boys.
Country Boys, ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause.
All right, Country Boys, congratulations.
And in
The
first place for the taco category, sponsored by Buffalo Trace, ticket number 9465, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, the happy winners sitting right
Come
in.
on down here, guys. We need a spokesman. Some of you, come over. Come on. Who's the spokesman? Come on over here, introduce yourselves. Come on.
Hey guys, so we're Smoking Coals Barbecue. We did a carne a la glace, so ox tongue with a lot of different stuff on there, and it was really, really good. Strawberries and mint, and it was pretty phenomenal. We're very happy with what we did.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your winners. Smoking Coals Barbecue, ladies and gentlemen. All right.
Good. Wish I would have got one of those.
Category number 2. Now, I don't know if anybody saw my Instagram post yesterday, but the burgers that were being eaten by the local constabulary over here. Anyway, that's another thing. So let's get on to the burgers category, and this is sponsored by Grill Great, so let's give them a round of applause. Coming in third place. Now, what color ticket are we looking at here, Ken, for burgers? White ticket. It's a white ticket. If you have a white ticket, you're going to have $100 and a trophy. Ticket number 1302, 1302.
Here they come.
Coming in. Oh, no, here they come. Woo! Give them a round of applause. From the far reaches of the universe.
Burger category, third place. Hey, one of you come over here and introduce the team. Here, get in here and introduce the team. Tell us what you made.
WKC Brekkie Burger. I can't let you know what the bun was, but it was good.
Nothing like a good burger.
What kind of grill did you cook on?
Weber GA.
A Weber GA? Nice work. All right,
Let's
give a
give
round
the
of
guys a
applause.
big
That's
hand.
Third
Third
in
place burgers.
And coming in second place for burgers with $200 ticket number, and it's white. And all right, 1294. Ticket number 1294. Hookah! Here we go.
Come on, get around here. Introduce yourself. Tell us where you're from, what you made. Introduce yourselves.
We're from Melbourne. We are Moist Barbecue.
Can everybody say moist for me? No, I need to hear it again. Moist. That's what I like to hear. Congratulations to Moist Barbecue. Second place in the burgers category. All right, and coming in first place.
All right, deal.
Ladies and gentlemen, first place getters in the burgers category, sponsored by Grill Great. We are going to give a big round of applause for their trophy and $300 to ticket number 1300. 1300. Where are you guys? Give it up, give it up. 1300 in the burgers category. Hey, Grumpy! And Adam Roberts. Oh man, we demand a recount. Too much local activity going on here.
Apparently everyone knows you, but one of you come over here and introduce yourselves.
Hey, listen. These guys are local guys and they've done an amazing job. Give it up for our winners in the burgers category.
Congratulations.
So a couple of local boys from Port Mac and then Stevie, our mate from Sydney, Team Piggy Butt Brain.
Piggy Butt Brain, ladies and gentlemen, taking home the burgers trophy.
What kind of burger? The $1 million question.
We did a pork belly steamed bun.
Pork belly steamed bun.
Good work, you guys.
Woohoo!
So same sort of prize money, I'm guessing. We're going to go to the wings category. What ticket number we're looking for here, Brett? Ticket number 66. Clickety clicks, ladies and gentlemen. 66. Have you got 66 in the off-white in the wings category? You came in third place. 66, 66. Hey, over from the left hand, or my left hand side at least.
One of you come over here, introduce the team. Come on, one of you. Introduce the team and tell us what kind of wings.
We're Sounds on West Smokehouse, and the wings we did was like a Asian-inspired crumbed wing.
All right, second place, taking home $200. Ticket number 62. 62, ladies and gentlemen, the wings category for the Steak Cook-Off Association Award. We have a winner. Here we go.
One of you come over here and introduce yourselves to the crowd.
Full Throttle Barbecue.
Full Throttle Barbecue, ladies and gentlemen. And what did you cook?
Chicken wings with blue cheese sauce.
Alrighty, now we got first place in the wings, and we are going to get a massive Port Macquarie round of applause. Ticket number 74. 74!
Tell us your team name, where you're from, and obviously what kind of wing.
We're Flaming Coals Barbecue. We're from Moorebank in Sydney. We do Korean barbecue hot sauce wings.
Woo! Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. What a beautiful trophy. Sponsored by Heat Beads, ladies and gentlemen. The winners of your wings category.
Well done. Thanks, mate. Thank you.
Now, in the steak category, folks, what we do, we're going to call out from 10th all the way through to first place. In 10th position, come up and tell Trent your name. Ticket number 559. 559, ladies and gentlemen. Come on up.
Come over here and introduce yourself real quick.
Coming in 9th, ticket number 557, ladies and gentlemen. 557. Can I have 557 to the left of stage? In 8th position, ticket number 566. Do we have 9th? 557, and 8th is 566. Coming up and show us your ticket number and claim your points. In 7th position, ladies and gentlemen, ticket number 572. 572 in 7th position. Come up and record your points. Oh, right behind. All right, in 6th position, ticket number 573. 573, coming up and record your points. Come on over. 5th position, ticket number 549. 549. Over here.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
Well, that seals it then, apparently.
Wow. You know what this means, don't you? This is our Australian SCA World Champion points leader. He gets the ring. When he comes to Fort Worth in a few weeks, he will get the ring. He is the most winning person in steak grilling in Australia.
Woo!
Cowan, would you like to say anything, buddy?
Massive round of applause.
I'd just like to thank everyone for their support, especially this weekend, Scotch and Smoke and the Weber Kettle Club, who made it possible for me to come up here and just, my sponsors, Lane's Barbecue, Clean Heat, Ken and Brett for everything they've done. They're great guys, and I just can't wait to get to Fort Worth now. And Steve, legend.
Steve!
Cheers, buddy.
Fourth position, coming in fourth, just outside the steak winners. But fourth position is ticket number 590. 590. 590. Okay, we got a winner over here, yep. All right, money. Now the money. Okay, coming in third place in the steak awards. Ticket number 575. 575, ladies and gentlemen. Steak, third place.
Come on up. Tell us your name, where you're from.
Hey, Spence.
We're the Brizzy Basers. We're from Brisbane, Queensland.
Go the Brizzy Basers.
Hey, what kind of grill do you use?
We use a Weber Original and grilled grates.
All right. Congratulations, gentlemen.
So they're taking away $100. Now, second place, the steak categories get a little bit higher. In second place, ticket number 551. 551. We have a winner over here. So Lucas.
Introduce yourself and where you're from and what kind of grill you use.
Rolling Smoke, Sydney, and we use an E-Tarasco with grill grates on gas.
Alrighty, now it is time for the big winner of the steak category, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for a big Port Macquarie round of applause to the winner, taking home $1,000.
Whoa!
$1,000 and a nice trophy there to ticket number 563. Ticket 563, ladies and gentlemen.
Come on over here, guys. Introduce yourselves. Come on. Moist.
Can I get a moist from the crowd? 3, 2, 1, moist.
We're Steve and Jeremy, Moist from Melbourne, and we use a Weber Go Anywhere, grill grades, perfect, beautiful, love it. Thank you.
They were the second winningest team in Australia. Wow, that was close.
That was real close. I'm looking at the points right here, and that was really close. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, massive thanks and a round of applause to all the people that competed in that State Cook-Off Association competition here over the last couple of days. And we also have...
You're already
don't forget,
in. So, Lucas, come up here. Lucas can either go to this year or next year's SCA World Championship. You're qualified, brother.
Lucas just got qualified again to attend the U.S. Championships in Fort Worth, Texas.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thanks again, ladies and gentlemen, to Brett and Ken and Trent from the SCA. Give a round of applause. Woo!
You're listening to the internationally awarded Smoking Hot Confessions podcast. It's sacrilegious.
Now it's time to get straight into it. Straight into the BBQ Awards, the BBQ Wars. And let's get this sorted, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so let's start now, ladies and gentlemen, with the chicken category. And we have got this sponsored by Heat Beads. So I'm going to call out the 5th place getter for the chicken category. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Gorillas in the Mist. There was a count back there on taste, coming in 5th place. In 4th place, ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause for Ham Dunk Barbecue. Sponsored by Heat Beads, $100 cash and a sweet trophy and bottle of Buffalo Trace goes to Primal Iron, ladies and
gentlemen. Work, boys. Good on you, Primal Iron.
off, Adam.
Hello.
That's a nice drink.
Okay, second place winners, $300 and a bottle of Fireball whiskey is going out to the Smoking Hot Bros. Smoking Hot Brothers Barbecue.
That's a beautiful
Here they
drink.
come.
Oh, yeah.
All right, first place getters. Ooh, not a bad little runaway on points to take away a bottle of Buffalo Trace, a bag of heat beads, and the biggest trophy we could find. Ladies and gentlemen, $400 as well, and some heat bead stuff. Going to, did someone say Queensland? The Brizzy Basters! The Brizzy Basters, ladies and gentlemen, in the chicken category, sponsored by Heat Beads. Here at Blues and Barbecue 2018. All right, now this is a pretty popular category, this one. It's always popular. Who doesn't love a bit of pork? Fifth place in the pork ribs category here at Blues and Barbecue 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Crank It Up. Crank It Up, coming in fifth. And in fourth place, ladies and gentlemen, oh, just sneaking in there, Butcher's Axe Barbecue coming in fourth place. Alrighty, the money rounds. In third position, ladies and gentlemen, with $100 in their pocket. Third place in the pork category, pork ribs that is, category sponsored by Pro Q, the Beard and the Barbecue. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the fifth award won by the Beard and the Barbecue. Coming in second place, now you're going to get $300. You're going to get a trophy and some heat beat stuff, and this is another bottle of Fireball. And I want to see every bottle of Fireball that gets won this afternoon. I want to see it sculled the way it was the first one. I'll be very disappointed if it doesn't, to be honest. Righto, second place, pork ribs category, sponsored by Pro Q, the Charcoal Project. Where are you guys? Ladies and gentlemen, sponsored by Pro Q, give it up for the Smoke Face Grillers.
Smoke Face Grillers, not that in there.
Alrighty, now the pork, the fifth place winner in the pork category, sponsored by Sun Pork, ladies and gentlemen, Butcher's Axe Barbecue. Another one. In fourth place, only ahead by 3 points there too. Then fourth place winners, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the Beard and the Barbecue. Their second award for the afternoon. Port Macquarie, beautiful Port Macquarie, third place, coming in for their $100. Another bottle of Southern Comfort, Luke. Yeah, baby. Loaded barbecue, ladies and gentlemen. Loaded barbecue. Okay, second place in the pork category, conveniently sponsored by Sun Pork. A little more money to add to their kitty, ladies and gentlemen. Smoke Face Grillers, ladies and gentlemen. Coming up, get some more cash. Another $300 going in your pocket to the Smoke Face Grilling team. I love a contradiction, and that's why you're going to love this next winner in the pork category here at Blues and Barbecue 2018 in beautiful Port Macquarie, sponsored by Sun Pork. Taking home a bottle of Buffalo Trace, some sweet heat bead stuff and a nice trophy, and $400. Lamb Shank Redemption! Alrighty, guys.
Lamb shank with
I see you, baby, shaking your lamb. Ooh, this is nice. We've got a couple of ties and a countback. Or one tie and a countback. All right, 5th place. After a countback on texture, so there was 0 points in it between, but it's a texture countback. Ladies and gentlemen, coming in 5th. This is the lamb category, sponsored by Barbecues Galore. The Smoking Hot Bros. Where did they go? In 4th place, ladies and gentlemen, coming up and collect your prize. Pitt's Perfect Barbecue. First award for the afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, 4th place, Pitt's Perfect Barbecue. All right, 3rd place. And $100 in their back pocket or front pocket or whatever you like to put your $100 C notes. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up. 3rd place in the lamb category, sponsored by Barbecues Galore. It's Hoggy Style Barbecue. Hoggy Style.
Hoggy style.
Now, the great thing about the way that we score these competitions is that it's all very, very equitable and very even. And as a result, we have a tie for 1st place.
Ooh.
With perfect scores, mind you. I'm just going to say that again. It says right here, tied for 1st place with a perfect score. Give it up for joint winners, the Beard and the Barbecue and Smokers and Shine, ladies and gentlemen. Tied in 1st place with a perfect score. In the lamb category, sponsored by Barbecues Galore. Here at Blues and Barbecue, Port Macquarie Town. Okay, the final category, ladies and gentlemen. This is it, and then we'll get on to our Grand Champion Awards. Now, this is the brisket category, sponsored by Buffalo Trace, ladies and gentlemen. In 5th place, come on up and grab your trophy. Smoking hot and saucy, ladies and gentlemen. 2018 Blues and Barbecue here in Port Macquarie. 5th place getters in the brisket category, sponsored by Buffalo Trace. It is Smoking Hot and Saucy. In 4th place, in brisket, sponsored by Buffalo Trace, Smoke Face Grillers. 3rd place, going to Highland Q. Highland Q taking home the brisket category, 3rd place prize. Sponsored by Buffalo Trace. In 2nd place in brisket, going to, by 2 points only, ladies and gentlemen, Double Barrel Barbecue. Come on up, man. Now, the winners of the Buffalo Trace brisket category here at Blues and Barbecue 2018. Now, there's a side pot. 45 teams to enter also had to enter 1 bottle of spirits each, right, to go into the prize pool. So 45 teams times 1 bottle of spirits each, that's 45 bottles of spirits are going to the winner as a side pot of the brisket category. Am I right there, Luke? We got that right. So someone's going to have a pretty amazing Christmas. And they're also going to take home $500 for winning the brisket category here at Blues and Barbecue, sponsored by Buffalo Trace. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Full Throttle Barbecue, ladies and gentlemen. Full Throttle Barbecue. Not only taking home Just a little bottle. And these awesome, amazing crowns they get to wear. Don't forget about the crowns. You have to walk around those crowns for 24 hours. Otherwise, a little bit of void. Ladies and gentlemen, void in this warm crown. Now we're going to do the Grand Champion, Reserve Grand Champion and Grand Champion. All right, so we're going to read 20th all the way through, just so you know where you're placed in the overall championships. Ladies and gentlemen, in 20th place in the Grand Championship, Dr. Q. Give him a round of applause. In 19th place, the locals, Piggy Butt Brain, 19th place. Coming in 18th position, ladies and gentlemen, Loaded Barbecue. In 17th position, by 1 point from 18th, Manning Valley Natural Smokers. In 16th position, Double Barrel Barbecue. Coming in 15th place, ladies and gentlemen, by another point, just again, Rollin' Smoke Barbecue. 14th place, once again by 1 point, Butcher's Axe Barbecue. It's so tight at the top end, this is unreal. That's what she said. The 13th place getter, with 2 points winning, Scotch and Smoke Barbecue. I'm going to dig my way out of that one. Scotch and Smoke Barbecue. Tied for 11th place, we've got the Brizzy Basters and Crank It Up in 11th. In 10th position, Third Degree Burns. I don't know where you guys are, but you're well done. Halfway through. In 9th position, Blue Smoke Barbecue coming in. Coming in number 8, Wizards of Q. Popular winners. Another tie, I love ties. The Flamin' Mongrels and Primal Iron tied for 6th place. Coming in 5th position, the Smoking Hot Bros. You're smoking and you're hot, bros. In 4th place, ladies and gentlemen, let's all do it hoggy style. Coming in 3rd place, just outside. Ooh, yeah, just outside the winning margin. Full Throttle Barbecue. Okay, now these guys are winning some serious cash. Tell us a bit more about the prizes, Luke. So they're getting, obviously, this massive trophy. They're going to get $1,000. $1,000 plus all the heat beads you can take home in your truck, pretty much. Ladies and gentlemen, this is for Reserve Grand Champion. $1,000, and this amazing huge trophy before me goes to the Beard and the Barbecue! Reserve Grand Champions here at Blues and Barbecue Port Macquarie 2018, ladies and gentlemen. Let's say it again, the Beard and the Barbecue. Every one of your kids for the rest of your life will be able to live off all of these heat beads down here. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up once again for our Reserve Grand Champions 2018. The Beard and the Barbecue. Now, don't think that the winners, the first place Grand Champions, are going to take home quite a bit of heat beads as well. They're also going to take home $4,000. Did I say four? Yeah, I think I said $4,000 in prize money. Ladies and gentlemen, by a fairly convincing and clear margin, the 2018 first place Grand Champion here at Blues and Barbecue Port Macquarie is the Smoke Face Grillers! Smoke Face Grillers, ladies and gentlemen, your RGCs here at Blues and Barbecue. Port Macquarie 2018. Give them the most amazing Port Macquarie round of applause as they come up to collect their prize. And a sweet little $4,000 prize packet, ladies and gentlemen. I feel I need some motivational music going behind me. Perfect time for an opportunity. And if you all take the photo at exactly the same time, your flashes will illuminate the winners. 1, 2, 3, take a photo, go. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up once again for your reserve, for your grand champions, the Smoke Face Gorillas! There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much to every one of you guys for being here this afternoon. Thank you for every team that competed here over the weekend. Thank you to all the spectators and supporters who've come along and made this amazing event possible. Thank you to Port Macquarie. Thank you to all the fantastic businesses here, Ridges and the Beach House, who have given up their land for us to look after things this afternoon. Thanks to Trent. Thanks to everyone. My name's Steve Foy. This is the Blues and Barbecue Festival 2018. Have an amazing night!
Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Bin, the barbecue reserve grand champion at BBQ Wars, the biggest comp of the year and ever outside the United States, mate. How are you feeling?
Oh, stoked, man. Always stoked. It's always exciting to win it. So it's fantastic. And our team's always just excited. I mean, look how excited Adrian is.
I can actually see that he's cracked a smile. So
yeah, exactly. And we
awesome.
landed a perfect score for lamb. That's James's category, is perfect 360, man.
Mate, that's a first ever, I think, in the history of barbecue in Australia.
First time I've seen him smile.
Yeah.
Look at him smiling.
He is, mate. He is.
Yeah.
Well, mate, congratulations. Well done. Thanks, I'll let you keep going on your way. You've got a lot of partying to do. Mate, well done, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks, brother. Cheers, mate. Nice to see you again.
Jai, mate, Smokeface Grillers, grand champion, $4,000, the biggest bloody trophy I've ever seen in my life.
It is massive. It's heavy too.
And you took out places in SCA and ABA.
I didn't do SCA, but yeah.
Oh, all right. I'll back that up and I'll edit that bit out. But man, you just cleaned house, man. How do you feel?
Well, mate, we are over the moon. Over the moon. This is the biggest comp of the year. 100 teams. You would know yourself, you did well last year with 5th place, and this means everything, this competition. 100 teams, it is an absolute crap fight amongst the best teams of Australia.
Hang around, there's some more music coming up on the stage.
And for us to come up lucky if it's first place, mate, it is, I don't think I can cut live down. It's probably below my marriage and my kids right now.
Mate, well done. I'm going to let you go and party with the boys, but yeah,
right here.
Go have some fun and well done.
No problem, thank you for the day, brother. We're partying.
Yeah. And that's a wrap, folks. BBQ Wars 2018 in stunning Port Macquarie. Massive congrats go out to the Beard and the Barbecue for their RGC and Smokeface Grillers on their grand champion prize. Before I let you go, I want to remind you about the Smoking Hot Confessions community on Facebook. And if you have a few minutes, it'd really help me out if you could subscribe, rate, and review the show. This episode's supporter shout-out goes to Blue Dog Barbecue for their tasty review on Apple Podcasts. I truly appreciate your support. And that's the end of the show. Till next time, take care of each other and keep on queuing.
Thanks for listening to the Smoking Hot Confessions podcast. Head on over to smokinghotconfessions.com for recipes, tips, and Ben's own confessions.